a magical potion restoring youth, a beautiful maiden in a mirror, a revengeful brother and a murder. All this in the jaw-dropping tale of enigmatic figure Dr. Faust, who is said to have lived in the 17th century. The story is based on the world-famous story of Faust, written by the greatest German playwright and poet Goethe in the 17th century. Hello, namaste. I'm Jainila and welcome back to another mind-boggling episode of the story of Dr. Faust in my channel Myth, History and Recipe. I have already posted the link to the first episode of this jaw-dropping story in the description box. And now we are starting with the second episode. Here we have to see whether Dr. Faust accepts the wager with the devil's representative Mephistopheles or not. Mephistopheles is trying to lure a very good person named Dr. Faust in a wager, and he tells him that he would give all the worldly pleasures to Faust in return for his soul to serve him till eternity. Now let's see whether Dr. Faust accepts the wager or not, and if at all he accepts, what happens, what adventures follow in his life. Here it would be very interesting for you to know that when a person gets power, how a person changes, how he becomes a murderer, how he tries to seduce women, and what all corrupt things change his life when he gets so much of power. So let's start with the story. Mephistopheles engages Faust in a conversation, and when he hears his complaints about life's monotony, he makes a tempting offer to him. He promises to grant Faust endless pleasure and fulfill his every desire, making life so enjoyable that Faust would never want it to end. In return, Mephistopheles demands Faust's immortal soul, binding him to serve in hell for eternity. Faust is confident that he knows everything about this immortal world and all it has to offer, so he accepts the wager, thinking nothing in world would make him want to stay alive forever. After sealing the deal, Mephistopheles begins indulging Faust with pleasures to distract him from his doubts. He first takes Faust to a lively tavern where wine flows freely, lifting his spirits and making him feel carefree. To further rejuvenate him, Mephistopheles brings Faust to a mysterious witch who brews a magical potion. Upon drinking it, Faust transforms, regaining his youth and energy, appearing nearly 30 years younger. As his transformation settles in, Faust catches a glimpse of a stunningly beautiful woman in a magical mirror. The sight awakens his long dormant desires, stirring a new wave of passion within him. This moment marks the beginning of Faust's descent into a world of pleasure and temptation. A few days later, Faust comes across a beautiful young woman named Margaret and is instantly captivated by her innocence and charm. Enchanted, he pleads with Mephistopheles to help him win her affection. The devil obliges, slipping into Margaret's room and secretly leaving behind a box brimming with sparkling jewels. To bring the two closer, Mephistopheles arranges a meeting at the home of her neighbor Martha, where Faust expresses his love. Naive and sheltered, Margaret falls for his words, although she confesses that her mother would never approve of their union. But Faust is determined to spend time with Margaret, so he accepts Mephistopheles' plan. He gives Margaret a sleeping potion meant to keep her mother unconscious. Tragically, Margaret follows through and her mother ends up dead. Soon, Valentine, Margaret's brother, returns from duty and is shocked to learn of his sister's shame and pregnancy. Outraged, he confronts Faust in a heated battle, intending to avenge his sister's honor, but the fight ends in tragedy as Faust fatally stabs Valentine. So you can see what has happened now after Faust signed the wager and got power with the help of Mephistopheles. He has seduced a woman, he has killed, he has murdered a person, and God knows what all things are going to happen in future. He has got absolutely corrupt, and God had a lot of faith in him, but he has changed. And further ahead, what adventures are going to come? What mind boggling things are going to happen, which happened in this episode? We will see further in the third episode. So, till then, if you have liked the story, please like, subscribe, and share with the world.